Here are the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. believes that mental health should be a global priority, just like climate change, poverty, and peace. In his message during World Mental Health Day, Marcos encouraged everyone to be kind and compassionate as the 2 years of crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic brought challenges to the mental toughness of the people. Meanwhile, the Commission on Human Rights, or CHR, is calling for the effective implementation of the Mental Health Act to ensure that Filipinos have access to psychosocial health services. It says the current period of recovery is an opportune time to amplify efforts in addressing the stigma against individuals experiencing mental health issues. It also urges the government to ensure the implementation of other basic rights, which are equally necessary to create an enabling and holistic environment conducive to mental health. The Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, said it will soon issue digital copies of the national ID which can be used as credentials. PSA Officer in Charge Fred Soliesta said a downloadable mobile version of the national ID will be rolled out either by the end of the year or the first quarter of 2023. Earlier, the PSA committed to issuing a total of 50 million PhilIDs by the end of the year and distribute 92 million ID credentials by mid-2023. So far, the PSA has delivered about 77% of the total printed IDs, or 16.7 million out of 20 million national IDs. Soliesta pointed out that while the registration process was very fast, the back-end process is taking time to process its procurement considering the stringent requirements. Soliesta said the printed or downloaded national IDs will be considered as valid and secured as the physical IDs. Philippine National Police Chief Police General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. is calling for a review on detention policy as he expressed belief that terrorists and other dangerous suspects should be detained at the Armed Forces of the Philippines facility. Azurin said dangerous suspects are better detained at AFP facilities where maximum security is provided by soldiers. He noted that most of the time the courts are the ones who decide on who will be detained at the PNP Custodial Center. He said that in the past, only former government officials facing charges are detained at the PNP facility. Azurin made the statement after 3 Abu Sayyaf members under police custody took hostage of former Senator Laila de Lima and tried to escape the PNP Custodial Center. Azurin also said authorities are investigating how the metal forks used during the hostage-taking were taken inside, since they did not allow any metal objects inside the facility. Senator Raffy Tulfo has promised to support the improvement of facilities and reorganization of the government-owned and controlled People's Television Network, or PTV4. During the Office of the Press Secretary's budget hearing at the Senate, Tulfo stressed the importance of the OPS in information dissemination and showing a good image of the administration. Tulfo also called for the regularization and salary increase for PTV4 employees. For her part, OPS Officer in Charge Under Secretary Cheloy Villacaria Garafil asked for the senators to consider including PTV's capital outlay that could help the TV station improve its facilities. Out of the 1.04 billion pesos being proposed by the OPS under the 2023 national budget, 125 million pesos was allocated for PTV4's modernization program. PTV4 is also proposing an additional budget of 675 million pesos for its maintenance and other operating expenses and capital outlay. The OPS and its attached agencies are asking lawmakers for an additional 2.037 billion pesos for its 2023 budget. And those are the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head onto the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and Radyo Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change.